Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, in today's video, we're going to be making a shoe rack. A good friend of mine has a handful of kids ages 7 through 13 who participate in a lot of sports. Baseball, softball, soccer, and then between all of that and the practices and going to school, they change in shoes and cleats or whatever, and the shoes are piling up in front of the door and it's becoming quite a mess, and he's hoping for a solution. So he thought that by building the shoe rack, things might get a little bit more organized. So what we're going to be using is some 1-inch square tube, 0.63 thickness, about a 1/16 of an inch thick, and I'm going to be making this thing about 40 inches long, 36 inches tall. It's going to have 3 shelves on it, and I'm going to be using some expanded metal for the shelving material that I had left over from a project I did a few weeks ago. So let's get started with today's project. Alright, so we're getting started right here using the 14-inch Fein slugger cutoff saw and cutting all the pieces that I need to length and getting all the angles cut. I get a lot of people ask me what kind of saw I use, and this thing works pretty good. Once I got all the pieces cut, over to the belt sander and deburred everything, and there's all the pieces that I need, nice and cleaned up and ready for assembly. So the first thing I'm going to do is make the frame for the back part of the shoe rack. Now, I'm building this thing out of basically what the guy had just verbally told me over the phone, and he wasn't really certain. He just said, "Hey, I wanted about like this and about like that and kind of something like this, so it can put some, so we can put these shoes on it." So basically, with the little bit of information that he gave me, this is what I come up with right here. And so this is the back part of the frame. And once I got everything all welded together, got my angle grinder with the flap disc. I really rely on these flap discs a lot. Mostly everything I do, whether it be gates or anything that I really fabricate, you see me with the flap disc grinding the welds down, making everything nice and smooth. That's just the way that I do it. I don't like to have anything rough. I like to have everything as smooth as I possibly can. Here's a couple of close-up shots right here. Once you have to do the welds, you just grind them down, and it really makes for a nice smooth job, especially after you paint it. And this is the Yoast corner vise. You can see how well that thing works. Everything perfectly square every time. You just clamp your 2 pieces in there, and it's an absolutely perfect 90 degrees or 45 or however you want to put it in there. Works perfect every time. These are the shelves that I'm fabricating right here, right now. And it's the same process. We're just tacking everything in and going around welding everything out and then grinding everything down. Now, I know I mentioned that I was going to build this thing with 3 shelves, and that was my initial idea. And you can see right here, these are the 3. I'm getting ready to put them on and weld them out. And once I did all that and I actually stood it up, it did not look proportionally correct. So later on in the video, you'll see that I actually cut that center one out, added a 4th one, and that made everything look much more balanced out. But nevertheless, of course, I never figure this stuff out until I have everything complete, or at least almost complete. But anyways, things are starting to take shape right here. These are the 3 for now shelves in the back support. You can see that's the way it's going to be up against the wall. He asked me to put a couple of tabs on there so he could actually bolt it or mount it with some fasteners to the wall to hold it in place. So once I got all that done, just some final grinding right here. Everything turned out so far pretty good, just the way I had planned. And I still have the 3rd shelf in there. I haven't removed that just yet. But this is the expanded metal I got, and I had this left over from a project, and this stuff was perfect. I just the right amount left to finish this project. Now there's all kinds of ways to cut the expanded metal. I like the angle grinder with the cutoff wheel. To me, it's the fastest way. It may not be the safest way or the best way, but it works good for me. Well, there you can see the 4th shelf is in there, and it looks much more balanced out. So once I got all expanded metal in there, I just went around and tacked everything into place about every 3 or 4 inches all the way around, and that completed the project. And I got some paint on it, and that thing turned out pretty good. And there it is, the completed project minus the paint. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.